Hey, Sarah, thanks. The Federal Reserve out with its third quarter financial stability report. And it says that many of the most urgent financial dangers and risks from the pandemic have eased, but risks do remain in the system. For example, the Fed says valuation and stock measures are high relative to historical norms. They point out that price-earnings ratios are at the upper end of the historical distribution. They say yields on a range of fixed income securities are low relative to their historical range, and points out some interesting individual items. Stress in Chinese real estate does pose some risk, they say, to the U.S. financial system, and asset prices may be vulnerable to significant declines should risk appetite fall or the pandemic rebound. On the upside, there's little indication, they say, of highly leveraged real estate investment. They don't seem too troubled by the housing price rise, in part because they're saying that credit levels are in good shape when it comes to lending. Activity or deteriorating underwriting standards. And they talk about the meme stocks, saying they create limited systemic risk, but they do warrant monitoring. One of the big risks in this report, though, is cyber risk, they say, has grown in the financial system. Here's a quote from the report. A small group intending to cause widespread harm can target and time its cyber attacks with the goal of impairing the financial system. And just one more thing here, again, on stresses in China, that it could strain the global financial markets. I will say just one quick note here, guys. They don't talk about the risk of the amount or the rising amount of federal debt. That's not really within their purview to look at that. But what's happened in this pandemic is a lot of debt has shifted from households and companies where they see things being in pretty good shape to the federal side. So they don't talk about that one sort of elephant in the room there, which is the amount and the size of federal debt and the risk that could pose to the system. Sarah?